Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm your master cosmologist, the head cheerleader to the stars, here with an energy bite. Let's take a peek at the stars. Let's talk numbers. Let's pull down the energies that are at play here on this earth plane today. I am working with 2 decks. Every Little Thing You Do is Magic Tarot, as well as the Shamanic Oracle. I think I'm going to run down the numbers first. We'll take a peek at 2 cards that I pulled last night in just a little bit, and then we'll see if more cards or more information wants to come out. I'll run down the current placement of the planets right now because it feels pretty important to get you situated, inform you so that you're in the know. And then I'll do a little recap of where we've just been as well, because it's still very much at hand and very relevant. Yeah, and then we'll look at the cards that I pulled last night. So we presently have the sun at 10 degrees of Aries. This means I am bossy. This is being in full command of oneself, being your own boss. The earth is at 10 degrees of Libra. This is a delicate balance of master servant, the most revered, oldest relationship on the planet besides the husband and wife or mother-father type of archetypes that interplay. What is going on is you have to learn to be your own boss while being a good employee. You have to do both. This is kind of the trick of the upcoming switch to the age of the Phoenix from the age of planning. The age of planning required you to have a boss and to have someone dictate to you what you should be doing. Now the tides are turning where you have to be the one to wear the cap, wear the boss cap, but also you have to show up and work for yourself. You have to do both. And that was that 222 on the timer. You probably won't feel like it. This is the most work is actually happening in the sign of Cancer, getting over the emotional hangups, the things that make you cop out or evade, not show up for yourself, not match your capacity, not live up to your dreams, not be your biggest, bestest self. We have Mercury at 13 degrees Pisces. This is innovating our thoughts past one's own history, our own history. We have to think differently, innovatively than the historic norm, what we're used to, what we've become accustomed to. Meaning that if you have mental patterns, most likely mental gymnastics, you have to get beyond them and on top of them and get a grip on them and start talking to yourself completely different, start thinking completely different, and telling yourself new stories that are a lot more heroic. Venus just entered Taurus yesterday. I very much like this. I'm not someone who plays into the Venus being exalted in Taurus. I actually don't think it's her favorite place to be by any means, but I feel like she's ready to be there right now, where she's ready to get dirty. She's ready to roll up her sleeves and dig in and do some heavy duty lifting and some good work. She walked in there feeling how do I want to put this? Like, you don't own me. You don't own me. So if nobody else owns you, then you better own yourself. And that was that master servant, I am my own boss kind of thing that we stepped in today with the sun and earth axis. She runs her shit and she loves it too. She's not afraid of shit, and she's not afraid at this point to face her own bullshit, which is one of the biggest priorities right now, is facing down our own bullshit and trudging through it. We'll get to that a little later with Uranus, but She walked in like, get that dirt off your shoulders. You gotta get that dirt off your shoulders. You really have to do that. You have to flick it away. You have to remove it, not let it tarnish you or get you dingy or get you down any longer. It's kind of like she's shaking off mud, being stuck in the mud for a very, very, very long time. Do I want to say anything else about Venus and Taurus? Oh, I love the fact that this is something that's kind of a different way of perceiving a planet in a sign, is that it is opposing another sign, right? So Venus and Taurus would be opposing the sign of Scorpio, where she's looking at across from her old fears and the old haunts and the things that spooked her and stalled her and didn't allow her to move, kind of imprisoned her. Just looking at it head on with horns, you know, like, I will charge at you. I'm not afraid of you. So charging beyond all of her fears to the end of the sign, which would be through the Pleiades, which is going to be a very, very triumphant and successful feeling for her. It's going to feel like a massive, major achievement. So whatever's hard right now, the astrology says move through it. Mars is at 22 degrees of Pisces. This is pushing past Mercury retrograde limitations. This is the degree that Mercury went retrograde at in Pisces. So it's demolishing, kind of just taking a battering ram through these mental locks and these limitations and removing them. It's like, are you braver than your fears? Are these going to keep limiting you, or are you going to be brave and think beyond them? Jupiter is a whole video unto itself. Jupiter is at 15 degrees of Cancer, the midway point of Cancer. This is where we'll do a little bit of recapping. Jupiter in Cancer has been looking at our ancestral barnacles. It's like the bottom of the boat, and you've got to scrape all these ancestral barnacles off. These being feelings, these being bloodline histories, emotional patterns, anything that's behavioral, emotional, that has been passed on, that you've adopted from your parents, from your grandparents, from generations. As the blue jay, nature's little butthole, is screaming out there. When a blue jay is screaming as loud as, I don't know if you can hear it, but he's making quite a ruckus out there, I always call them upset. They symbolize to me that you're being unnecessarily disturbed and upset, and you're letting emotions scream at you. So he's just back there chiming in, giving his thumbs up approval that we are discussing the right thing. What else about Jupiter's ancestral recap? A lot of the stuff that has been coming up lately has been from the paternal side of the family. I feel like the early degrees of Cancer were probably the maternal, and the upper degrees, the paternal, where you're being asked to be a lot more yang. There's been a lot of adjustment and a lot of recalibration with your feminine side to get that into balance, because so many had yang overpowering in their systems, and that was at 911. And the yang had to be toned down, but now it's being asked to be bumped up again and to come into a complementary balance. The essence of Jupiter in Cancer also has a King of Cups reversed type of archetypal quality to it. There's evasiveness, there's evasion, where you are doing a lot of emotional and mental gymnastics to keep getting out of things. And you're catching yourself doing it, and you know you should be doing it, or you should at least be giving it a try, giving it your best try before you just say it's not for you. Like, it's tricky. But it also is bringing up this need to seek approval and permission. The King of Cups wouldn't be emotionally mature enough to just feel solid and good about it on his own. He would need a mommy or daddy to run to and ask for permission. This guy is saying, stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the thumbs up on the internet. Stop waiting for the crowd to tell you that you're an artist or a singer or a creator of some sort. It's just do it kind of sky. Sun in Aries is just do it. Just take the actions, put the title on yourself. Right before I hit record on this video, something fell on the side of my desk, and it was this Burger King crown from 1991 I found while I was cleaning out some old boxes, where somebody knocked this off of you a long time ago. And the 2020 hindsight that we were pulled through with the C word, V word, this thing, wear it. It's yours. You don't need to go digging around in the ground and wear a heavy one of these. Like, put it on, straighten it out, and rock it and shine with it. Just wear it. So this not seeking approval and permission anymore, you have to be a mature, grown-ass soul that owns all of their actions and decisions, and just do the thing. I'm going to use artist as an example because I live with one. And I think it actually is the easiest to illustrate because most people can wrap their mind around it or see it through words, where instead of waiting for an art gallery to sign you up, go hang your things on telephone poles, paste it on a billboard, go to town and tape it to the mirrors of Walmart bathrooms. You know, that's where you're going to get in front of people, and people are actually going to be moved by your art. It's not necessarily because you've made it big on Instagram or something like that. Anyway, it can be very prone to wallowing in negative emotions. This is something that we have to shore up with Jupiter in Cancer, where the expansiveness has to be in positivity and positive self-talk and positive self-worth, especially as we move more towards Taurus, the sun in Taurus. It's straying from one's spiritual center by being wishy-washy. If you know it, then you have to express it. If this is you, then do it true. You know, you can't be wishy-washy and keep straying from it. It's prone to vices and slipping into being unable to point to a significant body of work, meaning your vices keep allowing you to slip out of the service that you do that contributes to the world. That is your significant contribution to the world. It's artistry retarded due to emotional immaturity. Being unable to self-parent, emotional immaturity is retarding you. It's not allowing your artistry to bloom. Jupiter there in Cancer would also be seeking a purpose instead of just living full of purpose. It's like lacking a strong enough why as well, where you should just feel it instead of think it. It's not some pinpointed target. It's a thing that you express through your heart, through your knowing, through your why every single day. In its positive qualities, Jupiter in Cancer, it's moving beyond ancestral patterns. It's harnessing its emotional mastery. It's expanding its positive qualities. It's expanding good news. It's not letting bad news weigh it down and contract it or submerge it. It's full of a charitable giving quality. It's very benefic there. It's a life of purpose and service. It's a deep connection to something one cares about, something that you're really passionate about. Heart why, heart service, heart purpose. And it's very mature artistically and creatively with its talent. It doesn't let emotions prevent the art and the creativeness from expressing. So let's go back to Saturn. Saturn is at 5 degrees of Aries. It is sextiling Pluto at 5 degrees of Aquarius. This kind of translates as I am not what you think or what you've said about me. Where Saturn is commanding the I am beyond gossip, beyond rumors, beyond negative mental chatter, beyond negative things that have been said, negative publicity, negative character defamation, all of the things that are storied in your Akashic records. It's just done with hearing that. And it's ready to prove I'm not what you think of me. Like, I am so much more, and I am going to blow your mind. Pluto at 5 degrees of Aquarius is playing a very nasty game right now. It's playing negative telephone. I don't know if you remember the game Telephone when you were a kid. Sometimes it's known as Grapevine, but anyway, you sit in a circle with a large group of your peers, and one person starts the chain of words that is passed around the group, where one person will whisper a sentence to the other person, and you have to get all the way around the group, and the last person is supposed to say out loud the thing that the first person said. And you know, kids make shit up along the way and they distort it, but it's a perfect example of this collective chatter. 5 degrees of Aquarius is collective chatter. It's group think. It is the collective consciousness of how words are pinging around out there. It's either making things more positive and progressive or more regressive and negative. And right now we know there is a disproportionate amount of negative chatter going around. That is the MO. That is the strategy of one side of the whole, to bring things down, to be corrupt, to be negative, to say the sky is falling, to say the world is ending, all of these things, where to combat that, we need more good news, and we need more positivity, and we need more person-to-person reminders that good stuff is still happening. And the way to prevent catastrophes and disasters and calamities and these large-scale things that are being fumigated is to keep the chatter, our chatter of positivity and change louder and better than the propaganda out there. Uranus is at 28 degrees of Taurus. This is doing a colon cleansing. It's removing blocks from your tailpipe for movement. It is moving massive blocks like constipation, where I would think by now, having just passed the sun at 9 degrees of Aries, which is its mastery quintessence degree, that you should be feeling the sap flowing, feeling new life, feeling new inspiration, feeling new bravery. You might still feel a little retarded and a little bit blocked, but if you take the actions and you keep going and you don't stop and you go for continuity, you're going to triumph through the end of Uranus in Taurus. Neptune's at 2 degrees of Aries. This is feeling the magic of action, which will take us into the cards that I pulled and set aside last night. We'll get there. But it's feeling the magic of action, meaning the magic, Neptune. You only feel it if you do the actions, if you take the steps, if you move. You can't just sit on the toilet, Uranus, and wait around for a miracle. That's not how magic works. The internet and other readers might tell you that any day your miracle is coming, but let me be the bearer of real news, of true news, that you have to bake the cake. You have to mix the ingredients. You have to go out there and pound the pavement. It is not going to land in your lap. So let's see. Mars has been escorting Pallas in Pisces. I like this. I feel like Mars is moving you into your palace. You have to move the boxes, you have to unpack, you have to do all of the occupation steps to exist in your palace, but Mars just escorted you in. So take up residency. There is a divine feminine archetype with my name on it, asteroid. She is at 2 degrees of Cancer. This is girl power. I mean, this is the divine mother. This is the reclamation of the divine feminine. Right behind her at 0 degrees of Cancer is the asteroid Sappho. Sappho to me is girl gangs and girl posses and women united. This is kind of drawing a line in the sand as a feminine collective, as the feminine spirit, as the feminine energy on earth, that we will not live in fear, that we will demand safety and nurturance for all beings. We'll talk about that some more later, because I think that's going to be prominent and coming into more cohesion as Venus marches through Taurus. Let's not say trudges. She's marching proudly, strong, erect through Taurus. Let's see. There is a very particular asteroid that I will not name because I don't want to give away too many top secret intel things that one should go and learn for themselves to really understand it. But it is conjunct Mercury right now. And what this asteroid and Mercury are doing, it's saying that your thoughts pull your status up. If you've been at this caste or at this level, your thoughts are what's going to pull your status up. So if you can get in contact with your penultimate self and pull these things into one unit, that's kind of the action that Mercury is performing with this asteroid right now. It's pull your status up by thinking better of yourself and thinking of yourself in your highest expression. Whew, that was a lot of recapping and a lot of numbers. I hope you are tracking. Let's get to cards, the fun stuff, the pictures. Last night I pulled the Oracle card choice, number 10. It says, I take a step toward lightness, and it came up with the Oracle of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. This means to me that the magic is in the choices. The magic is in the choices. The word that I channeled for 2026 is the word magic. We are all learning to bring our magic into the world. And like I stated earlier, magic is not just miracles falling into your lap. You have to perform the function. You have to do the equations. You have to do the math. You have to do the baking, the making, the mixing. You have to take the steps. That combined with the etheric string pulling and the things that go on beyond the curtain, past the veil, that stuff only works in conjunction, in tandem, synchronizes when you meet it halfway. You have to take the actions and make the moves. So the magic is in your choices. Your choices now, every day, in every moment, equate to magic and the successes in life, essentially, or they take you down. Your choices either pull you into more alignment with the life that you truly wish in your heart to be living, or they take you down and they decompose you and they pull you to the grave. $25 $25 on the timer. Gots to get that big Pisces hydration in. The earth is in Libra presently. It's Libra season. We're learning that our choices matter and our choices add up. Our choices will lean, they'll stack up on one side or the other towards positivity or negativity. Which side are your choices stacking your life, tilting your life essentially? So the magic is in your choices, and when your choices can be forecasted and planned better, this is the magic at the end of the age of planning. You have to have foresight. We can probably all admit that most of our choices were made rather blindly or rather uninformed or without good forethought and looking towards the future in the right way. We are taught in this society to go for goals and make a 5-year vision. That is not what's going to align you with the life your heart really wishes for. You must know your why. You must live full of purpose, and then you must be extremely aware and intentional about the choices that you make. Choices happen before decisions. Libra is ahead of Capricorn in the zodiac if we were to go sequentially around the hoop, right? Libra is where you do checks and balances, where you weigh things out, where you assess, where you review, where you look at reviews and read reviews and go over your purchases and you're comparing and contrasting things. That's what choice is all about. Choice is all about sitting down and assessing before you ever make the decision. Libra isn't intended to be indecisive. What Libra is intended to be is patient enough to look at both sides or both options and make a good choice for oneself. Did I harp on that enough? I think I harped on that enough. I think we are to get another tarot card here and see what more wants to come out with magic is in the choices. This is really truly how you step into Queen of Wands energy and your Queen of Wands era, where you become creator or creatrix or sorcerer or sorceress or priestess or magician type of qualities, archetypes, energies. You make better choices, you see bigger magic, essentially. The cats on here also imply a lot of self-pride, not because of any external praise or kudos or followers or fanfare or attention. Leo, all these cats, it's an internal gig. It's self-derived pride. 29, that's my North Node in Leo right there. 29 minutes. I've got the World in reverse with a bunch of eyes and a portal. The way this is coming through is, would you do it if the world wasn't watching? What would you do if the world wasn't watching? What if nobody ever saw what you were doing, is kind of what's coming through here. If it's in your heart, you would do it regardless of an audience. Does the whole world need to watch? Does the whole world need to know? It's doing it because it's your ikigai. It's something so integral to you, you just have to do it. And it isn't dependent on the rest of the world for their praise and their accolades and their permission. I feel like this World card is a permission slip. If you can just, sounded like someone was knocking at the door. I had to pause it. Anyway, I was saying if you can just let yourself in this door, a whole new world is going to open up to you. One that you dance through and shimmy through with grace and ease because you're not constantly asking for permission. I feel like what this is saying when I turn it around and turn it upright is give yourself the permission slip through the portal, slip through the door, and all of nature will support you. Nature is your ally. Nature is your audience. Who cares what the press says? Who cares what the internet says? Who cares what social media says? Who cares about doing it for anything other than things that truly matter? Doing it for nature, for the world, for the earth. I feel like therein lies your purpose and your why. If you go into your heart, you're not doing it for money. You're not doing it for fans. You're not doing it for a following. You're doing it for something that is so much deeper. And what could be deeper than sustaining and doing it for the very system, the realm that supports us? There's nothing more important, I don't think. That might vary from person to person. That might just be my shtick. But the other thing I'm getting with this is coworkers. Like if you are completely isolated and you're alone and you can't find your peeps, look to nature. Nature's going to high five you. It's going to give you feedback. It's going to give you clues, and probably going out into the world more too, instead of just hanging around online or being isolated, is going to begin to connect you with new people, a new crew. Is that what we got for today, or do we want one more card? And it's going to go above choice. It's your choice whether you're going to put yourself out there artistically in service for the earth, for the world. The last card that I have is the Three of Swords reversed. Let that shit go. Let that shit go. Let all the heartbreak, all the past pain, all the ways that others have betrayed you, broken your heart, injured you, assaulted you, bypassed you, struggle sessioned you, let it go. Let it go. If you don't start over and if you don't start fresh, you're always going to be walking around with a broken wing. You're always going to feel wounded. You'll never fly. It's heavy. Leave what's heavy. Uranus and Taurus, and wash this pain away. And the way that you wash your pain away is by releasing your nature, your artistry, your gifts, your service, your purpose out into the world. Okay? That was a long one, but I think it was a good one. It was nice to read for all of you, and I hope to see you back here again. Bye.